The Overwatch 2 scoreboard. It sucks, plain and simple. The stats shown don't actually show you how well you're doing, but instead manage to help bad players fuel their egos by making it seem like the amount of damage, healing, and kills you have actually matter. Overwatch's oldest for this would only let you see your own stats, and award you a medal based on how well you were doing compared to the rest of the team. It felt pretty good to see a gold medal, but obviously, you might have some problems. Like that one time I got gold healing. How much healing, you might ask?
1!
The modern way the scoreboard works is to show everyone's stats. And this really screws over some heroes, since not everyone is at optimal play when you're going full in on damage, kills, or healing. Case in point, Venture. This hero doesn't do consistent damage, their overall kills can be rather lacking, and this is because their actual job is to disrupt the enemy team. They push them back, take space, force cooldowns. That's what they do. Having 4k damage and the lowest kills as Venture is not actually that bad. Without someone who does high amounts of consistent damage or top frags, I describe them as a pseudo support, where all you do for your team is put them in the advantage of winning. Of course, it might seem like they may fit more into the same role as Tracer or Genji, but as explained in my previous video, despite presenting like that, they lack certain things that make said heroes work. Now, to demonstrate this playstyle, let's go over this week's games. Game 1 would be on Ilios, a map I can't get enough of. We ran Winston, Ball, and Venture, which at least on paper sounds like a pretty damn good comp. Venture can get so much done with 2 tanks whose entire job it is to jump in. They can give them the cover they need to be more of a threat, but then more into that original fantasy of being that hero that can get in and get out. Unfortunately, I would on autopilot and mistook the color yellow for the color pink, leaving me on low HP and easy fodder for the Zarya. A little later into the match, however, I picked up the pace, a cheeky kill on the Echo, and then a while later, stop! This, right here. This is a shot that can win or lose us the fight. If this Lucio hits his beat, it's over. He lives. The Kuriko will be able to take back some space, and the Zarya will be able to go in despite being down our bubble. On the other hand, should I hit this shot, not only does Lucio lose his ult, but will win this fight. You know what they say, dopamine is a pretty strong drug, and it's a drug that I just can't get enough of! Continue to dominate the enemy team, taking out a Zarya, grabbing my perk. What the hell? How does that hit me? What the fuck? And shortly after, the ball chatted shit. I won us the point earlier with a single kill. I got cheeky picks on the tanks. How much more must I do for you to be satisfied? Are these numbers too low? Well, news to you, buddy, that doesn't matter. And even then, chatting shit like this is a very quick way to lose a match. If I were even slightly more petty, I could easily show you just how much work I've been putting into this thing. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Which team do you think is going to win? The team where someone is blaming everyone over the dumbest things? Or the team supporting each other? Lucky for my ball, I am not petty. I went in there, cleaned up 2 kills for my team, and further pressured the Zarya. I died, but I only went in there because I felt like I needed to prove something. I would have gotten in my own head if the ball didn't open it up for me. I simply thought, if I can just secure this 3k, then he might take back what he said. Congratulate me even! And then, of course, I died a painful death. After that, however, I continued to dominate, even making the enemy Ryan waste his ult. And with a simple conservative use of my own, we won that point. This pace will continue into the next round, leaving us victorious. I confronted the ball about what they said, and you know what? They apologized! They hung up their pride on the wall and admitted that they typed without thinking. Something I'm certain we've all heard is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. I think this isn't the truest statement. There are certainly times where there's seriously no redeeming qualities in something. But when it comes to criticizing your own team, don't just say, Venture bad, Instead, suggest a new strategy or even a different character. But if they want to stick as that character, let them. That's right, I'll speak up for the one tricks. You'll never get better at a character if you don't play through the bad moments. You can't learn without failing first. And some people don't wish to be great at this game, but as their character. To tell someone to swap is to miss the point. We play comp to get better at this game, at our heroes. This is why you'll be told to not have a wide range of heroes. Only 2 to 3, because if you put 30 hours into the game but you're constantly playing different heroes, you'll only have scratched the surface of what all those heroes can do. If you do the same but only for 2 to 3 of them, you'll be able to name certain tech only accessible to them. Things that only those characters can do. I've recently put time into exclusively playing Life Over 5v5 support comp. I hardly played him before, but as a joke, I started playing him, and only him. And I can say, I've learned so much about the character I otherwise wouldn't if I just swapped out every time my performance wasn't the greatest. From the simplest things as pulling Arisa up during her ult, to hearing that Junkrat uses tire, know he's nearby based on the directional audio, and in a split second, seeing the tire.
Life protects life!
Oh, dopamine, how I love you. If your teammate isn't doing amazing, it's likely because they're learning. You only get better, you never get worse. So please, stop flaming your team for pointless stats. Stop flaming them for making mistakes. And I assure you, you'll find them in your game again. And they'll show you what they've learned. Okay, the game after that, I went out of my way to make sure me and my team had good vibes. And you know what? Just having a good time with your team can sometimes confirm a victory. Following that one, however, we had to play on Rialto, one of my more favorite maps to play on as Venture. The many boop areas and high ground that can steal just makes it stand out as... I played Lifeweaver, and then when we needed a little more damage, I swapped to Reaper. Throughout the entire time, I was just upset I couldn't play my hero. I can't even understand why, of all heroes, they would ban Venture? They had Malga Arisa! How does Venture stop that? Since we're trapped in this rather boring and adventureless game, why don't we talk about something a little cooler? Like my Twitch, where I've been streaming exclusively Celeste 100% for all of Pride Month. Oh my goodness, dude, Celeste just makes you feel things. I feel scared! Or maybe you could subscribe to this channel if scripted content is more your style. I've set the ambitious goal of 10k before the end of the year, and if everyone watching were to do so, we hit that goal in no time. Finally, I recently launched a Patreon where I produce weekly commentaries of these videos. I just did the commentary on episode 2, and each episode clocks out nearly 30 minutes, so please, go check it out. I just set up episode 1 to be free of charge, so you can get a taste of what this content is. Anyways, that game is up and Venture is back on the table, so why don't we get back to that? Now, while I was able to play Venture, the enemies were playing Cassidy. I really can't believe people complain about the quote-unquote bad new Overwatch hero design, while then claiming that the old heroes were designed better, like Cassidy. Checkmate. This guy is just annoying to fight against. I accidentally ended up picking the incorrect perks. Both of them. They really need to make some way for you to change your perk. Maybe just a 10-second window to swap out your perk you just picked. Or let me level up past level 3 to change my perks. This gives reason to always poke out, and changing perks is something you should be able to do. Not for free, of course, but in the example that I'm playing Lifeweaver, I might select his healing perk since it's generally more useful. But if the enemy swaps Ana, well, my Lifeweaver is just kind of fucked all of a sudden. Now, after that, I took a small ice cream break and watched a Sonic Racing Crossroads trailer. And bought it frame 1. I am part of the problem. But Daisy Lazy, didn't you make a joke about how dumb $90 games are? Even using Mario Kart World, the $90 before they dropped the physical price. Or maybe that was a lie, I'm not actually sure at this point. Kart Racer as an example, isn't it hypocritical of you to then buy a $70 Sonic racing game with its $20 extra digital deluxe edition for a total of $90 plus tax? Yes! Anyways, after that, I couldn't stop quoting. I can't see the end of the horizon. Hatsune Miku! I've even committed to sending a clip every day on my Discord server until the game comes out. So, if that interests you, I guess you could join. When are you going to talk about the games when you're uneven in roles? Oh, Master Zenugui! Actually, I don't get many of those. Surprisingly, you consistently get 222 comps in 66k. I'm about to get a game where we're playing 3 DPS. Aren't I? I may have spoken that into existence, yes. So we decided whoever was the worst would swap up DPS. Well, they decided that for us, I never agreed. And actually, I did amazing. I took out a spawn camping sim who surprised our Winston, forced out a sleep dart, and killed a Zen in a pivotal fight. Had an unfortunate death, but overall, I was doing why? I am on Venture. I am doing things other than shooting the tank. Instead of being the one sitting safely in the backline hitting headshots or using my turret that shoots literally anything and everything, I am getting in there, forcing abilities, and taking out high priority targets. Need proving me having low damage but being valuable? Look at when I took a D.Va out after she used her bomb. D.Va remaking there could have easily been the difference between us winning or losing the fight, and I had many other plays that could arguably be said to have won us the fight. The current Overwatch 2 scoreboard system just does not work. It gives you no useful information. Now, how might we fix this, you ask? Get rid of it. I'm not even joking, that is my suggestion. The only useful stat that this screen gives you is how much ult charge your team has. Wanna know how I would fix this? Now, whenever you press tab, it will show you this. It will bring up the health bars from the Overwatch 2 PvE missions. Unlike the missions, it will display your team's full ultimate charge, any statuses they may be hit by, and can be toggled off simply by pressing tab again. Something I forgot during the scripting, but remember while I was making the graphic, it will also show you the heroes the enemy team is playing. This fixes so much about all previous Overwatch scoreboards. All previous iterations of the Overwatch scoreboard have either promoted toxicity, encouraged bad habits, rewarded useless stats, and or hardly showed any actually useful information. This new system won't remove the current scoreboard entirely, however, as you can still view everyone's stats at the end of the game through the history page. And if there's a problem with not being able to see your own stats mid-game, then you could add a toggle that would do just that. Show the numbers of damage, kills, or healing under your health bar. Importantly though, it won't reward you with a medal, and you won't be able to see the stats of your team. These will simply be numbers you can look at. And there's really no reason to not implement this. We even saw it during Kingmaker. This is in the game. Just put it in the game. Now, after this amazing win streak, yeah, it was kind of time for us to lose. Never mind, look at this. We don't lose a game this win a wow. Okay, wow, that's embarrassing. I really have no idea how we managed to 3 DPS. Yeah, just because we made it work last game doesn't mean it always works. It is always better to have 2 takes, and that just kind of sucks sometimes. We got to the point of using 3 ults at once and didn't get a single pick from it. That's really sad. But the game after, with plays like this, surely we could, oh wow, the enemy team just wiped us. Oh yeah, I don't even know how we won that first fight for so long. But yeah, this just wasn't a balanced game. Now, with that, I was 1 loss away from D-ranking. 1 loss from taking myself from Platinum 2 back to Platinum 3. I can't be too sad if I lose, though. I still ranked up overall. This was actually a major win streak for me. I think I'm able to get back into Diamond. But then again, I'd rather not rank down. And plus, when have you seen a Dizzy Lizzy video that didn't end with 1 last game standing between me and a rank? I think it's time for me to win. I think it's time for me to win, but the game after that one.
My pupil, do you believe you can get back?
What?
A while ago, you asked me if I thought you could reach Diamond. Now you're back with a chance of reaching it again. I wish to know, do you think you can get back?
I am unsure. On one hand, I seem to be doing really well. On the other, I don't think I got there of my own skill. I do think I got a little bit lucky, but I refuse to let that stop me. Even if not next video, I'll make it there. I'll get back.
You've learned well with our time together, pupil. I think it's time for me to go.
What?
For now at least, it seems my guidance is unneeded. Plus, I actually have to take a deal with the Mafia to afford paying back those budget cuts from last episode. I have a plane to catch and a country to flee.
Does this mean no more lore?
Maybe for now. But then again, you might see me if you need me.
Wait. Is this just an in-universe way of writing out lore for certain episodes like this one where I force myself to put in out of obligation, with the whole segment being used to both get rid of lore when it's unneeded, while simultaneously keep it around for if you're gone. You're gone. I don't even know how you did that. You just up and disappear, and now I'm gone. How does that even work? I'd like to thank King for supporting the channel on my Patreon. If if you'd like to see your name at the end of these videos, go subscribe for as low as $5 and get access to creator commentaries of all my episodes weekly. Link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Anyways, that's all for today. See you all next time.